Hello, and welcome to another episode of All or Nada according to Jack. It is Wednesday evening, and my wife Susan and I just got done watching not one, but two action-packed episodes of NCIS. And funny story about that, it is one of the only shows that we can watch together and enjoy them together. Susan is a person that, we don't normally, our tastes don't normally gel. Normally, she'll watch Bob's Burgers, a show which I can't stand, whereas I'll watch something like South Park or Beavis and Butthead, shows that she can't stand. And then music taste wise, she likes stuff like country music or the Carpenters or Journey or all that lovey-dovey stuff. Whereas what I like: Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Saxon, Primal Fear, Hammerfall, all those great metal bands, etc., etc. But while we were watching and I'm thinking of this show, it dawned on me. Hello, I'm watching. I don't know if you remember seeing the movie Office Space, where they had Bill Lumbergh. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to come in and work this weekend and play catch up. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna need you to settle that case in an hour. Hard to believe I'm watching Bill Lumbergh uh, solve cases on NCIS. Too funny. But I'm babbling. So tonight's episode, and this has been in the works for a couple weeks, and I've been wanting to do this. So funny story about that. Um, so I was down visiting my parents, and we've gone to their clubs every so often, and they'd have these bands playing. And this band was playing when we first walked in, and they picked up a Southern rock tune. Uh, they actually played "There Goes Another Love Song" by the Outlaws, and that kind of respurned an interest in me. I'm like, you know what? I love Southern rock. Let's talk some Southern rock. So what I did was I put my top 20 Southern rock songs together, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So let me pull up the background if I can find it. Do 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 do. Oh, there we go. So I don't know if you remember back in the day, they'd have those funny commercials for K-Tel Records, and everything would flash down the screen with all the words, "Sweet Home Alabama" by Leonard Skinner, uh, whatever by Whipping Post by the Allman Brothers. And then they had this thing called Southern Fried Rock, and then here's another Southern Fried Rock. Oh, there you go, pointing in the right direction. So that's what we're going to talk tonight. We're going to talk about Jack's Southern Fried Rock. So just to tell you, you're going to notice as we go through these top 20, you're going to see a pattern of pretty much all the better Southern rock bands that I like. I did try to be as diplomatic as possible to as many bands. So I listened to Little Feat, I listened to Wet Willie, I listened to the Humble Pies of the world, but you'll see what my favorites were. So let's start right in. So number 20, and I'm going to work my way down. So number 20 is a song that I used to hear a lot in the early 80s by a band called Atlanta Rhythm Section. So one day I'm walking past the art room in my high school and I hear this song blaring out of that classroom, Homesick. Great riff, and that is my favorite of Atlanta Rhythm Section and made it into this list. So now, number 19 I had to have something by the band. So what song by the band? Best Southern anthem that I could think of by the band. Very Southern in nature. The night they drove Old Dixie down. I think Joan Baez did a version, but I like the band's version. So that's my number 19. Number 18, I had to have something by the Marshall Tucker Band. So the best song by, in my eyes, by the Marshall Tucker Band, very melodic. Gotta love that flute playing. Take the highway. So Take the Highway, number 18. 17, this is a very famous song by the Charlie Daniels Band. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. So that's number 17. Great song. Funny thing is, my band, Judas Priest, even alluded to that song in their album Firepower. The song Evil Never Dies, where Rob says, the devil's loose from Georgia. His vision's still the same. So they get around. All right, number 16. And this band is going, and also what I tried to do is I only tried to use bands in my top list twice. So you're never going to see a band in there more than 2 times. So number 16 is the first appearance by this band. That great power trio from Texas. I'm talking ZZ Top. Great song called Tush. Love Tush. Heard that many times on rock radio as a kid. Nice simple 3-minute ditty. Number 15. This is something of an oddity. Now, I'm not crazy about country rock, country music, but I tend to like bluegrass because it's a little more instrumental in nature. I love that Hawaiian steel guitar, that fast playing fiddle, that picking of the banjo. And the funny thing is, living in central Nassau County, Long Island, as I do, I have a good friend and neighbor who lives behind me. And every once in a while in the summer, when he's home for the weekend, he'll blare his music, and sometimes he'll blare bluegrass. So pretty cool thing. So not totally a stranger, but this song is actually a song that landed on the Eagles' 3rd album, On the Border. Now, they went in a little more of a hard rock direction on that album. Fired their first producer, Glyn Johns, in the process. But this song is a Randy Meisner lead vocal song, Midnight Flyer. Great tune. Ooh, midnight flyer, engineer, won't you make your whistle moan? Great tune. Number 14, an old friend of mine introduced me to this band. Funny thing, he turned out to be a former member of the Outlaws who went ahead and made his own band. I'm talking the Henry Paul Band. They don't get a lot of, they don't get talked about a lot, but I actually have 2 Henry Paul Band songs in this list, and I actually saw them many moons ago at a place called the North Stage in Glen Cove, Long Island, New York. They're what you would call their showstopper, a song called So Long. That's my number 14. My number 13 is a song that I'm sure you know very well. It's a song by 38 Special, a song called Hold On Loosely and Don't Let Go. Hold On Loosely. Great song. That's another song I heard in my sleep back in the early 80s. Saw them a couple times, and we'll get into discussions about concerts that I've seen as we move forward in the with the Formative Years series. You'll be seeing an episode of that in a couple of days. Number 12, and this is the song that was the inspiration for this whole video. So not much to talk about. The Outlaws, There Goes Another Love Song. The song I heard that night at the club while my parents and myself and my son Jason were enjoying a cocktail. They did a nice version of that song. Pretty cool. Number 11, we haven't talked about the Allman Brothers yet. So of course there's going to be two in this list for the Allman Brothers. This song I absolutely love. I can't believe it only made it to number 11, but that just goes to show you how jam-packed I feel my top 10 are. This starts out with some great slide guitar by the late, great Duane Allman. I'm talking the live version, Statesboro Blues. Great song. Good stuff. Number 10, another showstopper. This by the guys from Northern Florida. I'm talking Molly Hatchet. So we got two in the top 10 for Molly Hatchet. This is the song off of the album Flirting with Disaster. I'm talking Boogie No More. Great song. All 6.5, 7 minutes of it. I saw them in the early 80s and they would always play this toward the end of the concert. Similar to the way Skynyrd would play Freebird. But so that's that. Number 9, this is a great song. We all know Ricky Medlocke spends his days now with Lynyrd Skynyrd. Back in the day, he was with a band called Blackfoot. He was the leader and lead singer of that band. And this song in particular has this wonderful harmonica opening by his grandfather, Shorty Medlock. Pete Potter, if you're listening, this one's for you. I'm talking Train. Another great tune where he goes into that 45-second harmonica beginning and he goes into this furious riff. Excellent. Number 8, back to the Charlie Daniels Band. I don't know the name of the album, but it was the album that came, I believe, after the Million Mile Reflections album that Devil Went Down to Georgia was on. Very patriotic song called In America. Check out the lyrics, good stuff. Okay, number 7. And we did briefly mention Lynyrd Skynyrd, so you knew I'd have to have some Skynyrd in here. Yes, 2 Skynyrd songs. Number 7, this is a great song where he talks about getting a contract and signing on with a major record label and getting a lot of money. I'm talking Working for MCA. The opening track, I believe, of their album One from the Road, the live album. Number 6, The Outlaws, the second song that in this list. This would be their showstopper, Green Grass and High Tides, all 9 minutes of it. Another great, slow, very haunting riff, you know. Yeah, excellent. Okay, number 5, back to Molly Hatchet. First song, first album, Bounty Hunter. $500 will get your head blowed off. It will. Another great song, another great riff. I don't care what Morton Popoff says about the production values of that album. It's a great album. Number 4, the Allman Brothers, back to the Allman Brothers. And this song, for me, epitomizes what they're all about. You know, it's got that great acoustic guitar opening, and then that nice little, very blue sky-ish type, or Melissa type riff to it. But it's a song called Revival. Number 3, and I gotta move my mouse for this one. We're back to the Henry Paul Band. Can you believe a Henry Paul Band song made my top 3? But this is such a kick-ass song. It starts out with drums. It goes into this great bass riff. I'm talking title track of the album, Feel the Heat. Great song. Got to check it out if you've never heard it before. Yeah, just that song just chills up and down my spine. So now we're into my top 2. What are my top 2? Number 2, Skynyrd. Has to be Skynyrd, right? My favorite Southern rock band. And again, you know what? I don't go for the cliche songs. This is on the unfortunately the last album of theirs that they did with the full lineup before the plane crash, very sadly, the album Street Survivors. This was a song written by Steve Gaines, and it almost has something of a swing beat to it. I'm talking, I know a little about love. Baby, I guess the rest. Okay, so down to my number 1. And again, this might be a little bit of an odd choice, but so my son Jason and I, when we take long car rides, we exchange a lot of musical ideas. So out of Jason, most of the time, I get indie rock and art pop and neo soul. In exchange, I give him some of my old rock, try to stump him songs that I don't think he's heard before that I really like. So I said, check out these, not one, but this 2-song medley of a Southern rock band that I really like, ZZ Top. So he checked it out and he liked it. I'm talking, so my number 1 is Waiting for the Bus, Jesus Just Left Chicago. I just love that soulful singing and that slow, deliberate beat in both songs. And where he goes, great stuff. So that's my top 20. I'll rattle through them again for you really quick. So number 20, Homesick by Atlanta Rhythm Section. 19, The Night They Drove Old Dixie Down by the band. 18, Take the Highway, Marshall Tucker. 17, The Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band. 16, Tush by ZZ Top. 15, Midnight Flyer by the Eagles. 14, So Long by the Henry Paul Band. 13, Hold On Loosely by 38 Special. 12, There Goes Another Love Song by the Outlaws. 11, Statesboro Blues by the Allman Brothers. Got to take a drink break, sorry. Okay, number 10, Boogie No More by Molly Hatchet. 9, Train by Blackfoot. 8, In America by the Charlie Daniels Band. 7, Working for MCA by Leonard Skynyrd. 6, Green Grass and High Tides, Forever by the Outlaws. Number 5, Bounty Hunter, Molly Hatchet. 4, Revival, the Allman Brothers. 3, Feel the Heat, Henry Paul Band. 2, I Know a Little by Leonard Skynyrd. Number 1, Waiting for the Bus, Jesus Just Left Chicago by ZZ Top. My name is Jack Toledano. This is All or Nada according to Jack. If you like my content, uh, please subscribe. Please feel free to comment. If you like it, if you don't like it, please let me know. I'm always looking to get better at this sort of thing. Leave your comments in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. Uh, Give me your top Southern rock songs on it, whether it be it 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever you like. I'm dying to hear what everybody thinks. So thank you. Have a good night. Until the next episode, y'all come back now. Here